What is the next chapter we'll do? Chapter number 2, unit number 6, rectification of error. Correct? Rectification of error. In chapter number 2, if they ask question, they normally ask question from this chapter only. Rectification super important. And sometime in final account they will include this concept and they will ask rectification with final account. Understood? Means they will give trial balance. First they will say rectify and then prepare trading PL and balance it. So this chapter is super important. However, this chapter is also important for other chapters also. Correct? This chapter will be important for CA intern and CA final also. So super important chapter. So we need to do it what? Full conceptually. And therefore I have taken at the end. Because this chapter you can understand only when you are expert in other chapter. So now you become expert in other chapter. You are expert in journal entries. You know how to frame correct journal entry. If you know correct journal entry, then only you can rectify the wrong journal entry. Correct. So now I hope you become expert in journal entries. You become expert in trial balance. You become expert in final account. Now we can come to this chapter. Chapter number unit number 6, rectification of error. So what is the meaning of error? Error means what? Mistake, but which mistake? Intentional or unintentional? Unintentional mistakes. Unintentional mistakes. Because intentional mistakes is a fraud, not error. Understood? So error means only what? Unintentional mistake. Without any intention, if you harm someone, that is an error. If with intention you harm, then rectification will not be done by human being, then rectification will be done by God. Understood? Correct? Are you getting? So can I say we human can rectify only what? Unintentional mistake. Fraud, then we'll go to Supreme Court. Correct now. We need to go to Supreme Court. However, fraud is something different. Fraud will understand when we come to CA final level. We are not discussing anything about fraud right now. Correct? Unintentional mistake is what? Error. If you want to write down, intentional mistakes means fraud and frauds are not error. Write down. If you want to write down, intentional mistakes are fraud and frauds are not error. It means we are rectifying only error. We are not rectifying frauds. Intentional mistakes are fraud and error does not include fraud. This error will not include fraud. Now can you say to rectify first we need to understand what are the types of error? Means what can be the types of error? So there are two types of error. One is known as error of principle. One is known as what? Error of principle. Correct. Error of principle is accounting principle. Means you have done some mistake in applying what accounting principle. Correct now. Means you know debit credit. Debit credit is correct. Means you have done correct journal entry as per rules are concerned. But you have not applied accounting principle. For example, just try to understand, we have done conservatism principle, we have done realization concept, we have done cost concept, we have done now. So you have done some mistake in applying that accounting principle. That's a, for example, suppose we know inventories are valued at cost price or NRV, whichever is lower. But you have taken higher. That is what? Applying accounting principle wrongly. We have not applied correct accounting principle. We have not applied correct accounting principle. For example, property, plant and equipment should be depreciated and we have not charged depreciation. So means we have not applied accounting principle. Correct? Means any transaction which is recorded in contravention of accounting principle. The best example, revenue expenditure treated as capital expenditure. capital expenditure treated as revenue expenditure. This become what? Principal error. Error of principal. देखो, when transactions are recorded in contravention of accounting principle. For example, revenue expenditure treated as capital expenditure or vice versa. Simple, understood. So this is known as error of principle. Second one is known as clerical error. Clerical error means what? Any mistake which is done by clerk. Means actually accounting means this journal entries etc. will be done by accounting clerk. Means CA never do journal entries. Means once you will pass CA foundation, so you need to go to CA intern. Once you pass CA intern, you need to become articles. Means you need to take training under a chartered accountant. But you are not clerk, huh? You are trainee. Don't think that you are clerk. Correct now. Clerk means what? Accounting staff. Those who have done BCom, they become accountant, and we are chartered accountant. So we are getting training from a chartered accountant, not for accounting clerk. So there is a difference between accountant and chartered accountant. Chartered accountant will never do books of accounting, means they will never do bookkeeping. They will never pass journal entry. They will never pass what? They will never do posting. They will never prepare trial balance. They will never prepare balance sheet. They will never prepare PS. Means after everything will do rectification. Correct now. So we are here not to do accounting. We are here to present financial statement to the user in such a way that they can understand the all information in a concise way. So we are here to present financial statement. Correct now. So after becoming CA, you never do journal entries, you will never do posting, you never do. Who will do accounting clerk? So we are not clerk. We are when we work under a chartered accountant, so we are trainee. We are not clerk. So don't compare yourself as an accounting clerk. Correct? Understood? I'm just giving knowledge because that training is very important. To become a chartered accountant, that training is very important. Most of the students after passing CA inter, they think that is wastage of time and they don't take their practical knowledge. That practical knowledge will be used to become expert in what? CA. Understood? So what I am saying, second error is what known as what? Clerical error. Clerical error. Means can I say any error done at the time of what? Recording or posting? Means done by whom? Clerk, accounting clerk. They don't have the knowledge only. Means they are doing purchase entry. They don't know purchase will be debited or credited and they are doing mistake. Correct now. We CA will not do clerical mistake now. We are expert in journal entries. We are expert in ledger everything. Right now you might be not be expert, but once you become CA, will you do any mistake in journal entries? Will you do any mistake in posting? You'll never do that type of mistake. Are you getting? So these mistakes can be done only by accounting clerk. Means only by those students who are doing BCom. Correct? Are you getting what I am saying? That yeah. Only BCom. You are also doing BCom. BCom is required, huh? BCom is required. Anyone who is not doing BCom, do. So your objective is something different. But BCom is very important to go for higher studies. Suppose you want to do MBAs etc. after becoming CA. So for MBA etc. what is required? BCom is required. CA will not be eligible for MBAs. Correct. CA is a professional course. It is not a it is not a bachelor course. Are you getting? So to do masters, you require to be have a degree of bachelor's. Correct? Understood? So please do it, but do it from anywhere where there is no attendance problem. Correct? Write down these error arises in ordinary course of accounting works. Accounting works. Now these critical error are of how many types? Three types. These critical errors are of how many types? Three types. One is known as error of omission. Error of omission. Error of omission means what? If we have not recorded that transaction, or we have recorded transaction but we forget to post it, so it means it is omitted from books of account. Means can you see, if you have not recorded, if you have not done journal entry, the question of posting will not arise. So if you have not passed any journal entry, so it is omitted from the books of account. And if you have done journal entry but you forget to do posting in ledger, so then also omitted from books of account. So that is known as error of omission. Error of omission. So can you see, if you have not recorded or if you have not posted, it will not come in trial balance only. The transaction will not be reflected in trial balance. But this error of omissions are of how many types? Two types. One is known as complete omission. One is known as complete omission, and one is known as what? Partial omission. Partial omission. Correct? Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, complete omission means what? Either you have not recorded or you have not posted. Correct? Means complete omission means what? Either it will come in journal, means journal entry is not done. Correct? Just write down either it can be not recorded in, not recorded where? In journal. Second word, recorded in journal but not posted in, not posted in ledger completely. Completely, na? Correct. Have you understood this point? Have you understood this point? Now, whether partial omission is possible, is partial omission is possible but only in journal. It is not possible in journal. Sorry, partial omission is only possible in ledger. It is not possible in journal. Miss, will you pass this type of journal entry? The RAM account debit and you forget to credit some amount? Practically not possible. Or will you do in this way? The RAM account debit 1 lakh and to cash you have written what? 10,000. Whether it is practically possible? Then though I will say this person is what has done fighting with someone. Na? Means chalo chodo. But I hope you are understanding. Are you able to understand? This type of mistake is not possible. So in journal only there can be complete omission. When I am saying complete omission means both the aspect. Debit is also not given, credit is not given. But it is quite possible that you have recorded, but you have posted only in one side. You forget to post in another side, means in different account, means you posted in one account but you forget to post in other account, means RAM account debit to cash. You posted in RAM account but you forget to post in cash account or vice versa. So it means one aspect is given, other aspect is not given. This is known as partial omission. This is known as what? Partial omission, correct? So partial omission will always come only in ledger. Correct now? Correct now. Means it will arise only where? Only in ledger. Have you understood this point? Correct. I hope you have understood this much. Then second error is known as error of commission. Commission means what? Commission means not del credit commission. Is not that commission. Commission means what? We have committed something. Means we have committed something wrong. Omission means we have not done anything. Commission means you committed but you have committed wrongly. Correct now. Means you have posted but you have posted wrongly. Correct. You have done journal entry but you have recorded wrongly. So that is error of commission. So can you say error of commission can be both in journal and ledger as well as? Means journal also there can be some commission mistake, and in what? Ledger also there can be. So it may happen in journal, it may happen in ledger. So in journal, can I say it can be with wrong account? Means you have done recording with wrong account. Instead of Ram, you have debited Ghanshyam. Bole yes or no? Correct na? So account, with wrong account, or with wrong amount, means instead of 1 lakh, you have debited credited 10,000. Quite possible. Or with wrong amount. Are you able to understand? So this can be one mistake in journal. This can be types of mistake in journal, which is error of commission. In ledger, what can be the mistake? In ledger, बताओ. Can I say posting can be done but with wrong amount? You have done posting but with wrong amount, or you have done posting in wrong account, or you have done posting in what? Wrong side. Means you need to post in the debit side of RAM account. You have posted in what? Credit side of RAM account. In wrong side. Are you able to understand? Or there can be some mistake in totaling. That the mistake we do in class also. Correct now. Totaling mistake. Totaling mistake. That is known as casting. Totaling is also known as what? Casting. Write down casting mistake. Casting means what? Totaling. Totaling mistake. Correct. There can be also what? Balancing mistake. Balancing mistake also. We are expert in this. बोलना रे. Yes sir. Miss, you are expert in doing mistakes ना. बता. Carry forwarding mistake. In this we don't use. Carry forwarding what? But हो सकता है. Carry forwarding mistake. So these are some mistakes where in ledger. I am just identifying what can be the mistake. Once you understood what can be the types of mistake, then only we can understand how to rectify that. Correct. This you understood. Then last error, this much you have written. Written. So first is error of omission, second is error of commission. The last one is known as compensating error. Compensating error. Compensating error means what? Compensating error means what? Ki there might be some mistakes, not one, there might be one or more than one mistake. But the effect of one mistake will compensate other mistakes and automatically it will be nullified. For example, let us take one example. Suppose you have done One journal entry, Ram account debit to sales. Ram account debit to sales. First transaction, the invoice price was 1 lakh, but you posted with 10,000. Quite possible. This is a mistake, na? Then second journal entry with Ram only. Ram account debit to sales. Correct? Ram account debit to sales. Now invoice price was how much? 10,000, but you posted with what? 1 lakh. There are mistake तो है ना? But can you see it is compensated? Now there is no mistake. Mistake तो है. Means first transaction you should record with 1 lakh, but wrongly you recorded with what? 10,000. Second journal entry you should record with 10,000, but you wrongly record with what? 1 lakh. The mistake is there, but one mistake compensated other mistake, therefore nullified. Therefore nullified. Correct now. It can be other mistake also. For example, let me take one more example. Suppose if I say in this way, uh, suppose there is one debtor, Ram, you have debited 10,000, instead you debited what? 1 lakh. Correct? Understood. Now there is one more debtor, Syam account. Correct? You should debit what? 1 lakh कर दो यार. 1 lakh. And you debited by how much? 10,000. Correct? Can I say that total debtor remains same? Total debtor remains same or not? Means in balance sheet no effect. Total debtor remains same, but mistake is there na. It need to be rectified. There is mistake, but can I say it will not affect balance sheet? Even though you have done some mistake, but actually it will not affect your trial balance. There will be no difference in trial balance. There will be no difference in trial balance. So this type of mistake are more dangerous to identify. Yes, this compensating error are more dangerous to identify, because it is compensating the effect of other mistake now. So these are more dangerous and it is not easily identified. Other error you can easily identify, but this mistake you will not be able to easily identify. This is known as what? Compensating error. So what is the meaning of compensating error? Write down. If the effect of one error correct compensate the effect of other errors, then such type of errors are known as compensating error. Correct? This much you understood. So these are the types of error. I hope you have understood. One, this type of some question can be asked from true and false, whether it is compensating error, whether it is error of commission, whether it is error of principal, whether it is error of omission. So from the type means the whatever mistake is given, we need to identify which type of commission. That can be a true false question. Correct? However, with the passage of time, you'll understand what is the nature of error. Means we'll do a lot of discussion in this now. Correct? Right now, we have done only starting. We have started the chapter. Now, this you have understood what are the errors. Now, for rectification purpose, once again we'll divide error into two types. Means for the purpose of rectification. This though we have understood for the purpose means as per the nature of error, there are three types of error. But for purpose of rectifying, there are two types of error. One is known as one-sided, one is known as two-sided. When I have done trial balance, you remember I have given some note for one-sided and two-sided error. I said one-sided error, the trial balance will not agree. Means there will be some difference in trial balance, and that difference is temporarily transferred to which account? Suspense account. Suspense account. Suspense account. Correct? And then there are two-sided error, means there are some error which will actually not affect the total of trial balance. Means even though there are some error, but trial balance will tally. So there will be no difference. So there is no difference means it will not be expressed in terms of suspense account. Means whenever suspense account is appearing in trial balance, so suspense account represents only which error? One-sided error, but there can be two-sided error also. Correct? So for rectification purpose, write down point number 2, whatever. For rectification purpose, all errors are of two categories. Correct? One is known as what? One-sided error. One is known as what? Two-sided error. Means can I say, if you are able to identify it is one-sided or two-sided, then it will be easy to rectify. Why? Because if it is one-sided, it will be represented by some suspense account in trial balance. This suspense account need to be closed when you are doing rectification. Correct. Means this one-sided error are represented by what? Represented by suspense account in trial balance. Correct now? In trial balance. Here two-sided error is not represented by suspense account in trial balance. Correct. This much you understood? Let me ask you some question. You need to just say whether it is one-sided or two-sided. Let me understand whether you are able to identify or not. Correct? Means I will just ask this only. Correct? Whatever I have said. You will say me one-sided or two-sided. First, बताओ. Error of complete omission. Error of complete omission. Just think whether it will affect trial balance. No, तो two-sided. If affect, then one-sided. तो write down यहाँ पर. Write down. एग्जाम्पल में लिखते जाओ. Error of complete omission. Error of complete omission, where you write down? Two-sided. You are writing, I am not writing, huh? I am not writing. Then error of partial omission, one-sided, write down. Then error of principal, two-sided, because we have done some journal entry, but that is with wrong principle. But you have given both the effect, so both the effect means trial balance will tally. So error of principle will be two-sided. Correct? Then compensating error, two-sided, because it nullify the effect. Compensating error will be two-sided. Then error of commission in journal. No. Journal posting, journal recording cannot be one-sided, because either you have done with wrong account, RAM account, you have written Gansam account debit to cash, but you have given both the effect now. Correct? Or with wrong amount, to both debit and credit with wrong amount now. It is impossible that 1 lakh you have written in debit and credit you have written 10,000. That is not possible, because at the end you are doing total also. So that total difference will come, you will be able to identify. So can you say error of commission in journal will be always what? Two-sided. Error of commission in journal. Apart from this, whatever mistake is left, all are what? One-sided. Means error of commission in ledger with wrong account, correct? With wrong side, with wrong amount, all are partial, correct now? So this all will be what? One-sided. It will be all one-sided. So apart from this, if you want to write down, but balance all of me, sorry, balance all errors will be what? One-sided error, correct? Have you understood this all points? Which can is the casting mistake will be one-sided, correct? Casting mistake will be one-sided. Balancing mistake will be one-sided. Carry forwarding mistake will be one-sided. Why casting mistake will be one-sided? Because it will affect only one account now. This other account you are doing totaling correct. In this you are doing wrong totaling. The account represents only one aspect, either debit or credit. We suppose this is what? RAM account. And you have done what? Totaling mistake you have done. So guys, RAM account will be either having debit balance or credit balance, or that debit balance is wrong or credit balance is wrong. So one aspect is wrong. So one aspect is wrong, it will be always one-sided. So casting mistake, carry forwarding mistake, balancing mistake, whatever mistake done in ledger, all will be what? One-sided. Have you understood? Correct. Now, if you have understood this much, then we can start what? Rectification. Now, to understand rectification, entire rectification has been divided into how many stages? Three stages. Means this chapter will be done in how many parts? Three parts. Write down next point, point number three. Three stages of rectification. Of a rectification. First is point number A. Before preparing what? Before preparing trial balance. Correct? Second is what? After preparing what? After trial balance, but before what? But before preparing final account. And last will be what? After final account. After final account means in the next accounting period. Correct? Let me explain. These are three stages. Means suppose this is our current year, 31st March and 1/4. Correct? It means we are preparing final account for this period. So the we'll prepare trial balance on which date? So it means trial balance will be prepared on this date. Trial balance is prepared. Means can I say any error which is identified during this period before preparing what trial balance? Means error of this period only, means error of which year? This year. Suppose this is 1920. We are discussing about 1920 now. So error of 1920 identified before trial balance. So can I say will be rectified before trial balance only? If it is identified before trial balance, so you will wait for the preparation of trial balance, so you will correct it. You correct it now. It means identified and corrected before preparing what? Trial balance. Are you getting what I am saying? Identified and then rectified. This stage is known as first stage. We call it what? First stage of rectification. Correct. Now, practically, what happened? You prepare trial balance on 31st March. But when you will prepare final account? On 31st March or after some time? Now, we prepare as on 31st March, but can you see it will take some time? Because there is some adjustment. You need to value closing stock. Closing stock need to value it now. Inventory chapter we applied. Do valuation of closing stock. Whether on 31st March it is quite possible to do everything. No, na. And if you know we are auditor, we'll go and cross check the books of account. We also require 1 month to cross check the books of account. It will take some time now. So what we do after this, we take some time for preparation of what? Final account. So actually final account will be prepared after some days. Correct? It is quite possible you prepare final account यहाँ पर means final account is prepared but as on 31st March only. As on 31st March, but will take some time now. Will take some time. Correct? Suppose it has taken 2 months. So it is quite possible the error identified after trial balance but before final account means you are identifying in next year. Correct? But before preparing final account, it is identified here. My question to you all, error of 9 everyone so know error of 1920 identified after 31st March but before preparing final account, it will be rectified in which year? In 1920 or 2021? 1920, very good, because final account is still now not prepared. So we can correct our trial balance and then we adjust, means it only become adjustment. This is nothing but adjustment given where? In trial balance. Understood? This is nothing but adjustment. So can you see this identified? So this will be adjusted now. It will be adjusted in which year? 1920 only. Have you understood this point? This is second stage. We call it what? Second stage. Have you understood? Correct. Then third stage is what? The error of 1920 only. Identified after preparing what? Now once final account is prepared, can you make any changes there? No. Understood? Once final account is prepared, then okay, done, it is finalized now. Once finalized, now after that finalization, you are identifying some error of 1920 in the next year only. But it is identified in next year. Can you correct in 1920? No. So it means it will be rectified in which year? This will be rectified in 2021. 2021, and these items are known as prior period items. Means for the next year it become prior period item. For the next year it become prior period item now. Are you able to understand my emotions? Correct? So this is known as prior period items. So this become third stage. This become third stage. This much you understood? Means in all stages we are rectifying the error of which year? In all stages we are rectifying the error of which year? 1920. But in first stage it is rectified in that year only. In second stage rectified in that year only. In third stage rectified in next year. Understood? Correct. From examination point of view, second stage and third stage is important. Normally they don't ask question from first stage. So from examination point we will concentrate on second and third. But we need to teach and teach what? First stage also. Correct. So we'll start with the first stage, but focus will be on second and third. First stage. Come to first stage. Whatever I have done, have you understood? Correct? Come to first stage. First stage. means error identified and rectified before what? Before preparing. Correct. Think and say, huh? Think and say. Think and say. My question to you all, this is before trial balance. So 1 second there can be one side or two sided error. Correct. Think and say, huh? Think. So one sided error will be represented by which account? Huh? Suspense account or what? Suspense account. But till now what is not prepared? Whether there is suspense account? No suspense account, na? Suspense account will come only where? But till now what we have not prepared? Because before trial balance there is no suspense account. It means in this case one sided error will not be represented by suspense account. Because till now what we have not prepared? Trial balance. Are you able to understand what I am saying? Have you understood? So suspense account will come only when you have prepared trial balance. Before that too it will not come only. But there can be what one sided and two sided error. Error. How to rectify that we need to understand. So first identify whether it is one sided or that we can understand from the question only. That we'll understand and will become expert dire dire in this. Correct now. So we need to take many questions for this. One sided and two sided. Can I say whenever two sided, so it will be always rectified by passing one rectification entry. Because two sided means debit is also not given, credit is also not given. So always rectified by passing journal entry. And that type of journal entry is known as rectification entry. Rectification entry. Can I ask one question? Huh? Can I ask one question? We have done subsidiary book. Think and say, huh? Don't be in a hurry because this is a question which is asked in MCQs or true or false. We have done sales book, purchase book, sales return book, purchase return book. Now, suppose a credit sales was not recorded. Two-sided, complete omission. Now we need to rectify it. So for this rectification will be done in which book? 1 second. Listen my question. You remember all the books? Sales book, purchase book, sales return book, purchase return book, VR book, BP book, journal proper and cash book. Okay? Now you forget to record one credit sales transaction. Of course, you forgot to record where? In sales book. Journal proper. Sales book. Correct? Complete omission. Not recorded means complete omission. Two-sided. Now you rectify it. So rectification entry will be recorded where? Journal proper or sales book? Huh? It is a rectification of sales. Credit sales. It will be recorded where? Huh? Journal proper or sales book? How many are saying journal proper? How many are saying sales book? I was identifying you two only. Or rectification entry will be done through what? Journal proper. Kasam khao. Or rectification entry of whatever nature. Or rectification entry where? Journal proper. This is one question in MCQ. True or false? Correct? You will be confused. Correct? Any rectification entry of whatever nature, journal proper. Understood? Correct. So two-sided. Can I say will pass one journal entry? So just write down rectify. Rectify by recording rectification entry where? In journal proper. So doubt is not about two-sided. Two-sided is very easy, you can do it. Doubt will come where? For one-sided. Just try to understand. Suppose what happened? You are preparing sales account. Say RAM account ले लो. RAM account. And you have done one journal entry RAM account debit to sales. Correct now. So you are written RAM account debit to sales. But by mistake what happened? Instead of rupees 1000, you have written rupees 100. Correct. So there is a difference of what? 900. But sales is correctly recorded. There is no mistake in sales. There is mistake only in what? RAM account. So sales is correctly recorded. RAM is wrongly recorded. One-sided. Now how to rectify? So can you say we cannot pass journal entry for this because one-sided na? So can you rectify by passing journal entry? No, because one aspect is correct. Only one aspect is wrong. So how to rectify it? Understood? So for this what we do? We rectify by writing a statement in the respective account. By writing a statement. Why statement? Because we are not doing posting of one transaction. Only one statement. So how much not recorded? We write on. Once we identify, we write down because we can't go and delete it now. Because there will be many transactions recorded after this now. So can we say go and we will not use eraser. Correct? However, we can do now in because now we use accounting package, tally, etc. So what we can do, we can delete that journal entry and we can pass one more journal entry. So practically this is a totally different scenario. But from exam point of view, I need to teach. So what we'll do, we write down one statement, two wrong recording. Yeah, you can do two recording with wrong amount and you can increase this by what? 900. So we rectify by writing a rectification statement where? In the respective account. Madam. Rectify by posting a rectification statement in concerned account. Have you understood this? Simple. We'll take one question and then we'll try to complete the class for today. Okay. Only one illustration. चलेगा? Come to chapter number 2 na? Unit number is already open. Come to illustration number 1. So you will identify one-sided, two-sided. Two-sided to you will give journal entry. One-sided to I will give rectification statement. Okay. However, you can only give. How do you rectify the following error in the book of Ram and Company? Correct. Casting error, posting, casting, balancing, all are one-sided. Huh? The total of the total of purchase book has been undercasted by 100. One-sided. Can you just try to understand the total of purchase book is totaling mistake? Means instead of 1000 total, you have done 900 total. So 100 short हो गया. And the total of purchase book is recorded where? The total of purchase book is posted where? Where? Total of purchase book will be posted in which account? Trading account. Means from क्या मैं देख रहा हूँ यार तेरे. What I am saying means from journal you will go to trial balance. First you will go to ledger na. The purchase book is a subsidiary book. Correct? The total of purchase book will be recorded where? In purchase account. In which side? Debit side. Means can I say if suppose 1000 was the original total, you have by mistake you have done totaling 900. So how much short? Means in purchase account how much you have recorded? So how much we should record? So we have to write down two rectification statement na. Madam, we'll do rectification statement na. So illustration number one, point number one means in purchase account you write down two undercasting of which book? Purchase book by what amount? 100. Correct. Have you understood this point? So in purchase account you write down rectification statement. In which side? Debit side only na. But in exam you will not write down in this way. This so to explain I have given this way. How to write in exam check करेंगे. Listen. The purchase account should receive another debit of rupees 100 since it was debited short previously. Two undercasting of purchase book 100 rupees. Correct. You should write down rectify. You can write in this way rectify by don't write listen पहले. Rectify by recording a rectification statement the debit side of purchase account. Then write down that statement to undercasting of purchase book by rupees 100. Understood? Correct. Next example. Point number two. The written inward book has been undercast by 500. 50. Written inward means sales return or purchase return? Sales return. Will be debited or credited? Debited. So once again same thing. It has been undercasted by 50 means you will increase debit side by 50. To write down two undercasting of sales return book. Correct? To write down prepare sales return account. You do in this way. In exam you write down that way. So that you can understand. You prepare sales return account. Sales return account. In exam so you can write down na. In sales return account, rectification statement will be posted in debit side as under. But you write down two what? Undercasting of sales return book na. You can write down return inward book by rupees 50. Very simple. Then a sum of rupees 250 written off as depreciation of machinery has not been debited to depreciation account. Has not been debited to depreciation account means credited to asset account. Their return has not been debited to depreciation account. It means has been credited to what? Asset account. It is one sided, two sided. One sided. Which account will be rectified? What you write on point number three? In depreciation account. Rectification statement in which side? Debit side ना. Very simple ना. मजाक कर रहे हैं. So to omission. This is partial omission ना. To omission of posting. How much amount? 250. Correct. चलेगा. Then what? A payment of rupees 75 for salaries to Mohan has been posted twice to salary account. One second. Has been posted twice to salary account means the payment means cash account is recorded once only. Means what is generally salary account debit to cash or bank? Means cash or bank is correct. In salary account you have posted twice. Correct? What correction you do? No, first to in which account? Salary account which side? Credit side or debit side? Very good, because it is written twice where? Debit side. To nullify it by double posting. Double posting na. What amount you write down? 75 only. It was written here 75, 75 now. So 1 will be nullified now. Don't do this. Huh? We don't do in this way. Correct. The next is what? Total of BR book rupees 1500 has been posted to the credit of BR account. Has been posted to the credit of BR account. Means BR book will be posted in debit or credit? Debit, but posted in the credit. How you rectify, batao? If you here you go. If you say correctly, means you know mathematics. Batao. Fifth is BR. बताओ रेक्टिफिकेशन एंट्री इन विच साइड डेबिट साइड बताओ क्या लिखेंगे 2 रॉन्ग पोस्टिंग हाउ मच 3000 100% करेक्ट बिकॉज कैन यू सी यू हैव पोस्टेड 1500 यहाँ पर इफ यू राइट ओनली 1500 तो इट विल बी कैंसल्ड ना you should write down double amount. One rule is that whenever any amount is written in wrong side, effect will be always double. Whenever any amount is written in wrong side, effect means rectification need to be done with double amount. This is the rule. Rule you understood? I hope you have understood and you have said correctly. Very good. Then what? Next point. Amount of 151 for a credit sale to Hari, although correctly entered in sales book, means it is correctly entered in sales book, means the total of sales book is correct, has been posted as 115, means has been posted in Hari account as 115, means we should post 151 but we posted 115. How much short? 36. But what you will do? In which side? Credit? Credit or debit? अरे भाई Hari is a debtor, it should be debited by 151 but you debited only 115. You should more debit ना. Credit क्यों बोला नालायक? Think and say debit ना. Madam, point number, will you prepare Hari account? Hari account. Write down 2 wrong posting. You can write down wrong posting by 36 na. Debit. Last one. Discount allowed to Satish rupees 25 has been entered in the discount column of cash book. Being correctly entered in the cash book. The amount has been posted correctly in the credit of his personal account. What they have said? Means what they have said, discount allowed to Satish 25 has been entered in the discount. Oh, नहीं बोला गलती कहाँ है? I was pending. I was thinking क्या हो गया ये? Discount allowed to Satish has not been entered in the discount column but has been correctly recorded in personal account. Satish's account is correct, means only discount column is wrong. Means the discount column total will go to discount allowed account. It means discount allowed is not debited, so we should debit it by how much? 25. Write down discount allowed account. Write down to what? Omission. To omission of amount. How much? 25. Done. I think हो गया. Correct. So I already said first stage normally they don't ask. They ask second stage or third stage. Our concentration will be that only. So one question I have done. I think they have given only one question in book also. They have given some more questions. No, na? No, no. After that there is no question also. So one question they have given. We have done that question. But can you see this type of questions come? We can do it. So our concentration will be in second and third stage, and they will ask that only. Right? They will not ask this first stage. Correct. because practically first stage rectification is not actually exist, because if you identify it, we'll go and correct it in the books of account only. Means will correct, means will delete the entry and will pass correct journal entry practically, because nowadays computers with computerized ho gaya na, it is totally computerized. Understood? So we'll do second stage, third stage in the next class. Till then, bye bye, take care, enjoy your remaining day.